Also, a lot of people are getting mercury taken out, and unless the doctor's wearing one of these things here, then most likely that doctor's not doing you a favor because they don't know a lot of the mercury procedures. And of course, the person who's doing the dentistry, if they're not wearing this, they're not understanding it for themselves. So how can they understand it for you? So it's very important to be able to use the right, not only materials, but also using the right, just like that is over there, mercury vapor ionizer. Okay. And having the right materials, but also the right terrain in the office itself, not only for you, but for the doctor. So these are very important pieces that when you actually start getting your fillings out, not only, number one, what do you put in, and does the dentist, use the right materials? Do they have the skills, okay, to be able to actually do this right? And are they using smart practices, not only for themselves, but for you? So what I found out, if the doctor's coming in to be able to do mercury fillings or anything else that's, any type of replacement, and if they're not using these types of instruments, you can see, then you can probably guess that the doctor's not really a good holistic dentist, which I haven't found many at all. So be very careful on who you use, and sometimes it's worth it to travel to see Dr. Cardellino or other people that you can trust in this layer, because all I can tell you is that I'm in the medical field and I don't trust a lot of the doctors in most of the fields. Why? Is because they're not really practicing smart medicine. They're not practicing smart dentistry, not practicing smart detoxification and regeneration medicine. So they're all different pieces that really are essential for you to, if you're going to put the work in and you're going to spend the money, you better make sure that you're going to do it one time correctly and not just put in the wrong materials. I put in porcelain in my mouth, and I got those removed because I didn't want the aluminum silicate from the porcelain in there. So I then went ahead and actually, like I said, I replaced those with other compatible materials that were optimal instead of these suboptimal materials that most dentists will use. So be careful again and beware of what you not only put in your mouth, but then again, root canals, crowns, getting your teeth cleaned. These are all very important layers of navigation. Root canals, I wouldn't have one ever. Okay, and if your teeth are repaired right, usually you don't need one. And if it's repaired wrong, then most likely you will get one, and that's one of the biggest booby traps that you can have, is a root canal in your mouth. So be smart and really take care of your teeth. Stay away from using personally fluoride and or any other type of suboptimal practices. So okay, there's another little tidbit there, is making sure that the doctors are using the right materials, number one, but also using the right safety guards, that that this dentist is really practicing at a higher level of engagement, instead of just learning what they learn from school, which again is not really the way. I learned a lot of things from school, and I had to backpedal from almost everything I learned at school because everything is not really the optimal, enhanced, and or upgradable way that I know today, and or other doctors the same way. So we all have to practice, and as we practice, we find out that our practice is growing by our experience, and it does take time to learn these different layers to navigate, not only as a patient but as a doctor. So again, beware and don't fall down the booby trap of going down the wrong road, of putting the wrong materials in your mouth, and making sure you go to the right dentist so they can give you the next up to level date technology, instead of old 50s and 60s technology, or just putting in, like I said, suboptimal products like amalgam, tin, mercury, nickel. That's not the way. So again, be smart and upgrade yourself. Okay, here we go. Part 2.
Good job. Being a trooper. Excellent. Good job. Excellent. Way to go. Autumn's gonna be jealous she wasn't here. All right, bumpy, grindy drill. Lots of vibration. Here we go with that. Good job. Excellent. You're being a trooper. Good job. Excellent. Almost done. Good job. Woo-wee. Not too many people can put up with that without anesthesia. You are something. Alright, so we didn't really find much. Just a little piece of the tooth broke. We don't really know why.
I know why. I hit an olive pit.
Oh, now you tell me.
Yeah, no, it was a little olive pit in the corner, and it was a pitted olive, but it wasn't pitted. And so I was chewing down, and I ate 3 or 4 first, and then on that one,
going to see Dr. Lori.
And I know the pit didn't break, because I felt a little piece of something in there, and it was my tooth.
Oh. So. It usually means I need to see you for something, it's probably.
No, it's been about 4 months, too. In the first month, it was very sore.
Yeah, it's fine. It just broke, and it's right up against your one tooth. You have the crown on too, so that's another piece. And again, just to remind you, we're putting in the biocompatible filling. It's called Diamond Crown. He's trying to make me the CEREC blocks. I'm hoping that'll be a big deal. So you're getting a non-BPA Diamond Crown. Good job.
You're trying it in the camera. You can talk anytime you want.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
In Dr. Cassar, we're putting close a little bit. We're putting a non-BPA. A lot of the plastics, a lot of the composites in dentistry are BPA, carcinogenic plastic. The one I've used for most of my career is called Diamond Crown. It's not even a composite. It's actually, he coined the term nanopolyceram, nanopolycrystalline ceram, because when he went to get FDA approval, the only approval that we have in dentistry is for a device. It's not even for the material. Amalgam is FDA approved as a device. So when he went to get his FDA approval, he had some trouble. He had world FDA approval. It was on the world market for a while before us. And then he finally got FDA approval. But he had to make up his own term because it's not a composite. He just recently, he's been probably 15 years he's been making this material, and he just recently got a website because, you know, the material, you have to learn how to use it. It's a little different than composites in dentistry. So he's pretty specific to who he wants putting it in. I found him at the iabdm.org.com, the IABDM National Convention. He lectures there. Amazing guy, Sam Walkneen. The company is DRM Co. DRM.com. DRM is the name of the material. And it's amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And this whole thing is all about, you need a liquid to bond in the material. So this is the liquid that makes it all bond. Now, Robert, I don't want you looking into... Oh, never mind. You can't see. I was thinking it was a mirror, not a video camera. This is the ultraviolet light, 20 seconds to get the material all ready. The other key thing that I have that you can show the people is this right here. Oops, drop some. Slurp that. Good suction. Leave it. I got good isolation. Let's get it in. Needs more. Give me some more material. The thing I'm doing here is a direct composite. I'm putting it directly in the tooth. The other way to fix teeth in dentistry is with porcelain, an indirect porcelain thing. So we also have the ability to take a digital picture of this hole and make a ceramic one right in the office. But Robert's so healthy and his teeth are so healthy, we can put a direct filling. He's got plenty of good tooth here. This material will last a long time if we don't eat olives with pits in them when they're not supposed to have pits in them. A bit more. One more layer for good measure. Let me add a little bit more and then we'll final cure. Perfect. That should do it. Good job. 20 more seconds and we're all done with this. Good job. Take off the band. Just gotta smooth it a little bit.
Okay, so sort of explain what you just did. You put on a different material. And what
Different than what usually people use? Yeah, definitely. Let me get this smooth and then I'll... Not much of talking while I'm drilling as a dentist. So dentistry today misses the whole what we put in the mouth. Has to be biocompatible or at least not seriously toxic. So mercury is seriously toxic, bite and grind. So we don't use that open. You just take a peek at it first. Good. That might have been how you broke it too. You got big strong teeth. Funny how that works, big strong teeth. So since dentistry doesn't regulate whether or not stuff is not toxic to you, some of the composites we use in dentistry are not healthy plastics. So this is a material that's been on the world market for quite some time, and it's a non-BPA, completely biocompatible material. The best part about getting teeth fixed without them being numb is you can tell if the bite's perfect. Does it feel perfect? Feel a little weird
Yeah,
at all?
because otherwise, when I use anesthesia, I can't tell. You're saying bite, and how does it feel? I'm thinking, I can't feel a thing.
Yeah, that's what we always ask. I need a polisher.
You know, it feels like it could be maybe just a
Little
tad more.
All right. Bite. Grind. Open. Yep. You are correct. Okay, how's that feel? Let me polish it real good and I'll let you rinse out.
Just a little bit more stuff.
Let me polish it so it's smooth. Rinse it real good. Does that feel perfect or still a little something? A little
A
something
little
maybe?
bit still.
Okay.
Just a schmidgel.
Okay. Bite. Everybody knows exactly how much a smidgel is. It's a universal term. Yep. Polish on all of them. Wipe off all the marking material too, to make sure. Okay.
Compared to this size, still a little.
Something.
A half a smidgen.
A little something. Go ahead. Okay. I don't really see where you're hitting anywhere.
Hmm?
I don't see where you're... Oh, yeah, I do. That's a tiny one. You are a fine-tuned machine, aren't you? Anything foreign in this body you're going to notice.
Much better.
Let me polish. Go. How's it feel?
See if there's any powder in there.
Rinse it again. Let me floss you too. Make sure it's all good. Let me get the blue marking paper off the opposing teeth. Something, something.
Yeah,
Give me
well,
a
because
new-
I know when I chew,
Yeah?
because, you know, the,
New articulating paper.
yeah, last time I was just a tad high too. I could tell because after a while, you know, if
The
you're
other
chewing
thing
something
I'm
hard.
noticing too is if you look on the bottom,
Mhm.
actually let me give you a, oh you got a video camera, can you see? I'm going to mark, and on the bottom you're kind of hitting a composite maybe. Bite, grind, open. You're hitting a smidgy corner. You are hitting a smidgy of both. I don't like anywhere where you're hitting composite. You have a tiny corner of composite down here. I'm not drilling tooth at all. I'm just smoothing a little composite. It's just a little piece of the composite there. And then I'm going to get this one. polish everything. Great. Get the blue marks off and see how that feels.
Feels like just a little, just a tiny. This one's really free on this side. This one feels, yeah, like it's binding maybe on the inside. Just again, a smidge.
Let me floss it, make sure it's nothing like that.
And the only reason I can feel any of this is because I didn't use the anesthesia. If not, I'd say, hey, this is perfect, because I can't feel anything, I think.
That's why I like no anesthesia, where I can get away with it.
How many people do you do with anesthesia?
Not many. And not just people, but this deep of a filling, not many.
Because this, if you can handle it, this helps you out too, though, because you can get more finer.
Oh yeah, because then we know for sure if it's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
The only ones really are the shamans, the ones that pain, they can go somewhere else while I'm drilling.
No, you just mind over matter.
Exactly.
I'm not going to kill you. Yeah, it hurts a little bit, but it's not going to kill you. Yeah, it hurts a little bit, but it's not going to kill you. You're going to be done in a second, too.
Alright, I think that'll do it. Now I want to polish everywhere. Last final polish. All right.
Yeah, that's much better.
Let me get the good water in there.
Much better. Mm-hmm.
Success.
That was nice, and it only took a few minutes, really,
A few minutes.
to really.
That's all, as long as you maintain them.
You know, on this side, remember that one had a little sensitivity too?
Yep.
On that one?
I think, as healthy as you are, as healthy as his teeth are, I think if they're sensitive, the only thing I can do is take it out, look under it, put a new one in.
Well, it was in between. You fixed in between last time a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like in between, the two teeth in the back.
Yep. I physically perfectly see where you're pointing to, but for me to see it, it's either an X-ray or drill it to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know us, we don't want to take an X-ray. X-ray's not going to show anything on you. You're too healthy.
Yeah, it was in between where you touched with the.
So I think here's where I think it's happening, because this is where
Because it was
you're
a little
pointing.
rough right there, right where you touched that little rough spot.
Right.
That's where it felt like
Right.
it was a little bit of a.
Yep. I think if
sensitivity.
anything, we got a little something going on, because right here is the end of the filling, right there, and then on the back one, it's right there. So in here we've got, this is where you have, if I had to guess, because it's usually one tooth, not two, I think it's the far back tooth. I think it's on that side. And the treatment is take that filling out. That right there.
Yeah.
That's this filling, that's down under your gums where the filling ends.
Yeah.
I think we're perfectly okay doing it next time in, me and you. Unless you want me to absolutely do it right now, I have no problem doing that. You're my last patient. I can do it if you want.
Yeah, no, if you want to. Whatever. What do you have to do? Just
Same. Take the filling out and just rebond.
Yeah, I just worry about sometimes if it's got a little bit of sensitivity, doesn't it?
Something.
It wants to keep on.
Yep, it's giving a symptom. So
Yeah.
let me
And I'm 3,000 miles away, and there's
All right, let's do both.
there's no real dentist where I
going on
live.
with two fillings.
There's no real dentist where I live.
All right, I'll be right back.
So what we just did was just repaired a tooth that I cracked by having an olive pit hit the back of my tooth. And previously I took out my mercury fillings, I put in porcelain, and then I got those taken out, and put in crystals, and then some of those actually sort of fell out. So we just put in the Permabond too, which is another compatible non-bisphenol A piece. And Dr. Cardellino, she's here in Ventura, and also has a place in Westlake too. And it's very hard to find a dentist that uses the right materials that are not just putting back toxicity in your mouth again. And if you do feel like you have any sensitivity in your teeth, you want to take care of it. Remember, the mouth is one of the biggest assaults or perversions that we get consistently, constantly, that constantly work our immune system. So when I'm in town here from Hawaii, if I have any problems, I come and see Dr. Cardellino, and she fixes me right up. And I try not to use anesthesia, and you should too. It's not really that painful, and plus you can get the feelings perfect. I mean, right now I don't have any numbness or anything. So before, I get with the Novocaine, my mouth would feel this big, and plus you couldn't really fine tune where she grinds down the teeth. So there we go. I had a hole in my tooth there, cracked it for about 4 months. And I wouldn't have anybody on the Big Island touch me through there because they just aren't really using the right materials, and it's hard to find someone that you can really trust that's got a not only gentle touch but skillful touch too. Because gentle's one thing, but skill is everything, and you can have skill without being gentle too. So it's nice to find somebody that has those multi-variable skills, and it's, again, not easy to find those types of people. So one of the terrain modification departments is the mouth, and if you don't clean the mouth up, a lot of times you're just really not doing some of the most vital, necessary components of staying healthy. The mouth, remember, a lot of gingiva problems, teeth, gums. This is where a lot of disease, a lot of inflammation comes in. So, that's the biggest thing. Is not just getting the dentistry done, it's who's going to do it and what materials are they going to put back in it. Because so many people I see all the time, they're actually getting their teeth fixed, but what they're doing is putting in the wrong materials, and now they've got another problem. So there we go. That was easy, especially without the anesthesia. And that was easy. What, 15 minutes? You saw the whole procedure. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Aloha.
Important reminder: all information and ideas are for informational purposes only and are in no way intended as medical advice or as a substitute for medical counseling. Earthshift Products, Dr. Robert Cassar, all of their partners, affiliates, and subsidiaries will not be held accountable for the use or misuse of the information presented therein. This information is not intended as medical advice. The authors, Publishers and speakers of this work are not medical doctors and do not recommend the use of mineral-deficient foods, drugs, or medicines to achieve beauty and to alleviate health challenges. Because there is always some risk involved, all persons involved with the development and distribution of this information are not responsible for any adverse effects